question I get that you may have heard. Um, so I teach mindful parenting. My name's Hunter Clark Fields. Welcome. I teach mindful parenting. And a question I get sometimes is this one. I was spanked and I'm fine. I was spanked and I'm fine. So have you ever gotten this question? And so I have to share that when I was a kid, I was spanked and I kind of think I'm fine. I'm in like good shape. But are you though, right? Like, so people come to me with this question and this statement, or your partner or your spouse might say this statement, I was spanked and I'm fine. But really, are you? Because the truth that comes out in the research is pretty interesting, is that physical punishment, spanking, is actually hugely damaging. It's associated with the following things: verbal and physical aggression, delinquent, antisocial, and criminal behavior, poorer quality of parent-child relationships, impaired mental health, and later abuse of one's spouse and one's children. Ugh, I know, this is heavy, right? Psychologists are beginning to find evidence that link harsh verbal abuse to conduct problems and depression in the same way those problems are linked to physical abuse. So I think it's really important to look at this because we have kind of a weird idea about spanking and kids in our culture. And we kind of think, we have this whole spare the rod, spoil the child thing, which I have to say is BS. Because the truth is that spanking is state-sanctioned domestic violence. It's state-sanctioned domestic violence. So I was spanked as a kid. Hunter, you're the Mindful Mama mentor. You seem fine, right? Well, actually, the biggest challenge I had as a parent was my anger and my rage. And that spanking led to incredibly difficult relationship with my own father for many, many, many years. When I was a teenager, I ran away from home for a couple nights. I got involved with some not great kids. I did some antisocial things. I did some drugs. I don't know about criminal behavior, but I did a lot of those things. I really suffered and it was really challenging. And my relationship with my father really suffered for many, 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 many years because of that harsh discipline form and the spanking, right? The anger and the spanking. So nowadays, I feel incredibly, in a weird way, kind of grateful for that learning because that was such a huge challenge for me, that to understand and feel that energy of that anger that was coming through me when I was a young parent and I was scaring my child. She was so cute and I could see that I was scaring her with my temper and my anger. But that was such a big teaching for me that helped me to turn all this around and to do the incredibly valuable inner work it takes to transform this. So the truth is, we know from the research that spanking is associated with all of these terrible things, the aggression, delinquent behavior, all of those things. But even if your child isn't becoming a delinquent, the old school forms of discipline, they cause resistance and resentment. And resistance and resentment are kind of like the opposite of what you want, right? It's like just not that effective when you're causing all this resistance in your child. So if you're seeing all this resistance in your child, it may have to do with the way you're communicating, even if there's not spanking involved. So I teach the mindful parenting method, the CLEAR method, CLEAR. And in the CLEAR method, it stands for one, calm reactivity, because we're at our worst when we're reactive. And we calm our reactivity. We have a bunch of work on that. So we have habits that steady the heart, the mind, and the nervous system. We practice to understand our triggers. We practice self-compassion and caring for our difficult feelings, because a lot of us weren't taught to do that. So that's calm. And then we listen. We listen reflectively. We create connection. We're really hear and see our kids. And then E, express. We express ourselves honestly and effectively. So there are communication skills that have been around for a while, tried and tested, that that kids have less resistance to. And we can express ourselves using these honestly. And then attend. Be present. Don't be on autopilot. I'm taking off my list. I'm looking at my phone. We don't want to be doing that. We want to attend. Be really present. Be here with our hearts, our minds. Be present. And then R in clear, in the clear method, is to solve problems based on needs, to resolve problems based on you've got some needs, I've got some needs, how are we going to figure this out? So that is the clear method, and it is a clearly better alternative to spanking, that's for sure. So if you want to know more about it, I've got a free resource for you at mindfulmamamentor.com/stop yelling. I have a quick 5-minute video for you with my top 2 mind body tools to help you stop yelling. And then I'm going to also give you the mindful parenting roadmap, which is 6-step roadmap of our steps. So I hope this has been helpful for you. If it has, send me a heart, give me a wave, say hello, and I'd love to hear your takeaways. So thank you so much for hanging out with me for these few minutes today. I hope to connect again soon. Namaste.